Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this today's video we are going to see a problem on arrays, and it is an easy problem, but we will get to learn the concept, a nice concept. So let's start. The problem is largest element in an array. So first of all, basically there are two ways of solving this problem. Uh, Both are different ways in terms of time complexity. One solution will take big O of n square time, and the other one will take big O of n time. So as we all know, like among the two, this is the much more optimal solution, but we also need to know the big O of n square solution, because in when we give the interview they ask like to give the approach from the naive solution first. So it is always suggestible that you should first say the naive approach and then reach on to the optimal approach. So now let's understand the problem first, what we have to do in this question. So let's take an example array. So let's take an example. So we have an input array, and in input array we have the terms given as 9, 4, 18 and some, let's say, 5. So among these given digits we have to find the maximum one. So as we can see that the last one is 5. So as we can see that 18th is the largest or maximum element in the array. So let's mark the indexing also, 0, 1, 2, 3. So we have to return the index of the largest element. So the output will be, in this case, will be 2, because the index of the largest element is 2. So this will be the output. What is 2? 2 is the index of 18. Okay, so let's take another example now. So this was one example. Similarly, let's take another example now. We have an input array. Let's take an array as 30, 7, 40 and 90. Then the output in this case will be, let me mark the indexes first, 0, 1, 2, 3. So the output in this case will be 3. As we know, the largest element is 90 and the index of 90 is 3. Okay, so we have to find the largest element in the array. Now we have to write the code for this. So let's see how we can do this in big O of n square approach first, and then we will move towards the optimized approach. So let's see the first approach, which is big O of n square. So first of all, let's take an example array and we will look through that. So suppose we have an array as 5, 8, 20 and 10. Now in this approach, what we will be doing is, first of all, whenever an n square approach is given, it always means that we will be traversing the array twice, or using two loops, we can say, not twice but using two loops, two for loops we will be traversing the array. So first of all, what we will do is, we will take 5 and we'll compare it with all the other elements of the array. So we will compare 5 with 5 itself, 5 with 8, 5 with 20 and 5 with 10. So when we will compare, we will get to know if 5 is great, if any other term in the series is greater than 5. Suppose in the first iteration 5 is greater than 5, this becomes false, but in the second loop or iteration 5 is greater than 8, yes, this is true. So in this case, what we will do is, we will not move further, we will now move to the next element and we'll start comparing for that. So again, what we will do is, we will compare 5 with 8, then 8 with 8, similarly 8 with 20 with 8. This is how the loop will run actually, 20 with 8 and then 10 with 8. So when 5 is 8 is done, 5 is not greater than 8, 8 is not greater than 8, but 20 is greater than 8. So the loop will break over here. As you can see that in this condition, first of all, what we are doing, we are running an outer loop, I equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. So it will be like running through the complete array, and then what we are doing is, we are again traversing through another another loop, for loop, which is I int j equals to 0, j is less than n, j plus plus. So for each element we will traverse the array completely. So now what we are comparing is, if array of j is greater than array of I, then in that case what we will do is we will set the value of the flag variable which we have set previously as true as false, and we will break the loop and we will come out of the loop, and then we will check if the flag is true, then return I. Let's see how we will run this code. First of all, let's consider that we are running this for loop, and so when we are running that for loop, out of for loop we will take 5, okay, the first element. Now for that first element we will run this inner for loop for all the elements, like 5 will be compared with 5, 5 will be compared with 8, 5 will be compared with 20, 5 will be compared with 10. So you can say that this 5, all 5 are the first for loop, and these 5, 8, 20, 10 are of the second for loop. So when we reach this condition, that is if array of j is greater than array of I, which means that array of j is this 8 and array of I is 5, so 8 is greater than 5, so this condition is true. So what we will do is we will set the value of flag as false and we will break the loop. So we will come out of this loop and we will check now if flag is, so at this point of time our flag value is what? False. So if flag is false, we have to, flag is true, we have to return I, but in our case flag is false currently. So what we will do is we will again go to the first loop and we will simply start with the second element now. So the second element that we have now is 8. So if we will run according to the previous one, so now we have 8, so we will compare 8 with 5, 8 will be compared with 8, 8, 20 and then 8, 10. So when we will compare 8 with 5, that is array of j is greater than array of I, which means 5 is greater than 8, no. 8 is greater than 8, no. 20 is greater than 8, yes. So in this case we will set the flag value as false and we will break, and when we will come out of this loop we will check flag is equals to true, then no, flag is not true, so we will not return I. We will now go to the next element, which is 20. So now again we will compare 20 with 5, 20 with 8, 20 with 20 and 20 with 10. So 20, when we compare 20 with 5, this array of j is not greater than array of I, so this is false. Array of j is not greater than array of I, false. Array of j is not greater than array of I, false. Again array of j is not greater than array of I. So in this case this for loop will completely run, but any of the if condition will not succeed. So we will, when we will come out of the for loop, our flag value will be true only, because when we enter this second for loop we have set the value of a flag as true. So now in this case our flag value is true, so we will simply return the I value, which is I is 0, 1, 2. So we will simply return 2. So in this case we will simply get the largest element as 20. So basically what we are doing in the order of n square approach is, we are simply, for each element we are simply traversing the complete array. 5 will be compared with all of the terms in the array, 8 will be similarly compared with all of the terms, 20 will be compared with all of the terms, and then when 20 is compared with all of the terms, it is found that 20 is the largest, so we will not move further and we will simply return 2. So in the worst case the time complexity can reach up to n square, because suppose if we have an array like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this case when we will compare 1 with all the other elements, we will find that 1 is not greater, 2 also not greater, 3 also not greater, 4 also not greater, but when we reach to 5, then we will get to know that yes, 5 is greatest of all the elements. That is why in the worst case it is big of n square. And what can be the worst best case? Best case will be when the array is arranged in decreasing order, that is 5, 4, 3, 2. Suppose this is the array, then when we will compare 5 with all the other elements, we will get to know that yes, 5 is only the largest element. So it can be said that in that case the time complexity will be the big O of n. So that will be the best case, but we are concerned with the worst case of time complexity. So moving on with the next approach, which is big O of n. So big O of n approach is quite simple. What we will do is, so first of all we will take the array, example array as 5, 8, 20 and 10. Now in this case what we will do is we will initially take a variable called max, and we will assign the index value of the first element, that is 0, to the max. Now what we will do is we will run a loop once only, simply for I equals to 1, I is less than n, I plus plus. As we have set the value of the first index as max, we will start traversing from the second element. So that is why int I equals to 1 we have taken. So when we will take int I equals to 1, we will simply compare if this element is greater than the max value. So in this case 8 is greater than 5, so we will simply assign max to the 8, that is the index of the 8, that is 1. Now when we will move ahead, when we will come to 20, so we have traversed 8, now we have came to 20. When we will simply check if 20 is greater than the index, like the value which is at 1, that is 8. 20 is greater than 8, yes, so we will simply update the value of max as 2, which is the index of 20. Moving ahead, we have simply next element as 10, then we will compare 10 with the element which is at 2, that is 20. So 10 is greater than 20, no it is not, so we will not update the max value, we will simply let the max value as it is. Now when we have traversed the entire array, in this case we will simply return the max value that we have at the last. So at last we have the max value as 2, so the answer will for this case will be 2, which is 20. So as you can see that the 20 is the maximum element, 20 is the maximum element, and we have returned the index of the maximum element. So let's now try to code this both the approaches, and let's see what if we are getting the correct output or not. So let's take the order of n square approach first. We have simply let me go through the code once and then we will run it. So simply first of all included the header files, and I have created a function get largest which will take two parameters, that is int array and int n, where n is the size of the array, and then we will traverse once. First of all, for I equals to 0 to n, one time the array will be traversed, and then we will set the value of flag as true, and then again for j equals to 0 to n it will traverse for each element, and when it is traversing for each element, we will simply compare if the array of j is greater than array of I, then in that case we are setting the value of flag as false and we are breaking out of the loop, and we will check if the flag value is true or false. If it is true, then we will simply return I. If it is false, then we will we will increment the I value and we will again iterate the array. So in this way, whenever we hit the value as true, flag value as true, we will simply return the I value, which is the index of the largest element. And this return -1 will never, this case will never hit, because anyway, if whatever be the case, we will have some value in the array which will be the maximum. This is just written for completeness sake, so that compiler does not throw any errors. So in the main section we have taken the array, and the function we have passed the parameters to the function, which is arr, which is the array name, and 4, which is the size of the array. So this is the big O of n square approach code. So let's see the output for this code. The output for this code should be 2, because 5, 8, 20, 20 is the largest element and the index of 20 is 2. So as you can see that we have got the value as answer as 2. Now let's see the big O of n approach code. So in this one we have again taken a get largest get largest function, in which we have passed two arguments, which is int array and int n. Array is the our given array to us, and n is the number of elements in the array. Initially what we will do is we will set the value of max as 0, which means that the max value will be the first element, that is the address of the first element in the array. Then we will traverse the array, the remaining elements of the array, that is from the first position, that is I equals to 1 to I is less than n, I plus plus, and we will compare in every case if array of I is greater than our current maximum value, then in that case we will set the value of maximum as I, and finally if when the complete array is returned, we will simply return the maximum value. and in this case the time complexity will be big O of n, because whatever be the case, once the array will be traversed completely once. So that is why the time complexity for this case will be big O of n, and there will be no average or worst case time complexities in this case, because at least one time the array should be traversed. So for this case also we should get the answer as 2. As you can see that we have received the answer as 2. So that's all for this video. We will see another code in some other video, and currently we are following the array playlist, and soon I'm going to upload more questions in that playlist. If you want to check more videos, you can check the playlist, entire playlist of the array section, and you can practice accordingly. Thank you.